Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for Darrell Brooks today. We are on day three of the trial. This one is a little bit shorter. Nothing really, I don't remember nothing really relevant happening on day three. But we're going to start off with a bang because we're going to have the cross examination of Detective. I forgot his name. We're going to hear it in a little bit. So we're going to go to that. But first, I want to thank you all for subscribing. We already passed 200 subscribers. I don't know how, but thank you so much for that. Please keep subscribing. I wanna be able to make some improvements on the channel. So if you guys continue to subscribing, that's all I need to be able to reach that. So please give me a subscribe, give me a like, comment on the video. All of that helps me. Thank you. So let's get right into the video.
Sue Upper, Leslie Basie, and Zach Witchow all appearing for the state of Wisconsin.
All right, sir, please state your name for the record.
I'm here as a third-party intervener in that matter, appearing as authorized representative for my client. I accept for value in return for value all of the charging instruments in this matter.
Can you imagine Darrell Brooks in a Starbucks? Like he's gonna be like, yeah, I want a latte macchiato, please, and be like, yeah, sure. What's your name? I am the representative of my state.
Make my exemption available for discharge of all obligations and charges connected with this case. I do not dispute any of the facts in the charging instruments.
All right, the record should reflect that the individual known to this court as
still has
Darrell
mask
E.
backwards.
Brooks appears in person and in custody. He is in street clothing
white
today,
part
in a
goes
suit and
inside, my
tie,
guy.
also wearing a mask. All right, while
The blue one
the
outside.
clerk is copying
Not that hard.
those subpoenas, I do want to address Exhibit 6, which was previously received by the court. This is the 6-minute squad cam and audio footage. After I went back into chambers to review that, I did note what Mr. Brooks had said. I may have been a little bit off on the language in terms of what Ms. Patterson is heard saying, but it's a pretty clear reference to one of the incidents that is the subject of a prohibition by this court related to other acts.
At about the 2:52 mark in the recording, I heard Miss Patterson say, "Me and my baby daddy, we fight all the time. We had an incident, he ran me over with a car." That's what I heard her to say. She does not say it happened in Milwaukee. She does not say it happened 3 weeks ago. She does not say I suffered a broken leg. To me, in the context of Miss Runkle's testimony last week, in which she testified that Mr. Brooks had swerved at Erica Patterson, and that Miss Runkle had pulled her out of the way, I don't think the jury would have realized or appreciated she was talking about another incident. So I think the exhibit can stand as is. We could redact just about a 2 or 3 second audio from that recording where those words are removed, and I listened to it several times over the weekend. I think if we did that, it would not be that obvious, so that the exhibit could stand in place.
It's obvious to me.
To you, because you know about it.
I can only hear out of one ear, and I was able to hear clearly what was said. With all due respect, Your Honor, you made a ruling about this previously, in ample enough time before the trial even started. You made the ruling.
Evidence.
I see no reason why the exhibit should be admitted into evidence. From my perspective, it's clearly obvious what was being referenced. I mean,
Because you know about
if
it.
she was able to give any type of statement at that time to the officer, then obviously she wasn't hit at that time on that date, on the 21st. She would clearly be referencing some other incident. Hence the reason why we argue all the time in this, that, and the third. It was clear to me what was being referenced, and because of the ruling, because of the implication in that statement, I believe the exhibit should be striked altogether.
Your position has been made clear. You believe it should be struck or stricken, as we say. And I agree with you,
Great song.
Mr. Brooks.
Great.
This court gave a very clear prior ruling related to other acts, and the state had an obligation to abide by that ruling. Even though I could redact, I am going to strike this exhibit and so advise the jury. I simply want to tell them the following when they come into court today. Is previously the court received Exhibit 6 during the testimony of Officer Phillips. The jury is hereby advised that the court has stricken this exhibit.
A whole exhibit.
And the jury is to disregard anything it may have heard regarding what was on that exhibit.
Fair is fair.
Any objection to that language from the state?
No.
How about from you, Mr. Brooks?
I also want to state for the record that I was given paperwork to fill out a report of my own, and I stressed that because after the detectives came and took the pictures of my bruises and injuries, I was told that they didn't know when I would actually get the actual filing of the report that they were going to report. So I just went ahead and asked for my own. I filled that out. I don't know if it's been given to the right parties yet.
The officer on the
You're
back, like,
talking
you're snitching on
about
me, bro.
the inmate complaint form to have the either the jail or the sheriff's department review that related to the use of force.
Yeah, it was the top paper was from the sheriff.
All right, you know that that's not my responsibility
that's
to
them.
address what happened, other than how it impacts this trial, which is why I wanted to have a record. If there's anything you believe should be in the record from you regarding that, then you should turn that in.
Very briefly, I just want to state this for the record that
Yes.
I would like to issue the court an apology from me
There you go. That's nice.
in regards to my actions last week during the trial. I just want the court to understand it's very emotional right now, not only for just the whole situation of the trial, the families here that have to go through, everything that's going to be involved with the trial, but also my family as well and myself is very, very emotional. But not to excuse my actions, I should carry myself with better respect than that. I wasn't raised that way. And I owe you, Your Honor, and the court an apology, and I'm going to stand up as a man and tell the whole court and you, Your Honor, that I apologize to the bailiffs, that I apologize for my actions. Like I said, that's not how I was raised. I come from a Christian background. My mother did not raise me that way. She did not raise me, to act out of frustration and irritation and anger. And I just wanted everybody to know that I apologize.
I'm sorry. I couldn't get through that. No. The thing that Darrell doesn't understand. Right now he's confident. He won something. Like last week he ended up winning. Right now we're starting the day with him with the evidence struck on that one, so he's confident right now. He's feeling like, I'm gonna do this, so I'm gonna look good, I'm gonna apologize. But he doesn't realize that an apology doesn't work if you're not really sorry about what you do.
For my actions, and I'm gonna try my best to, whatever happens, to conduct myself with respect and with respect to the court. And I just wanted y'all to know that the prosecution,
Let's see if he does
judge,
that.
bailiffs,
What do you think, Chad? Tell me in the
clerks,
comments
reporters, everybody,
if you believe him.
audience, everybody here.
If you do,
I just wanted
just
y'all to
like,
know
I
that.
trust Darrell Brooks. He has
Thank
changed.
you, Mr. Brooks. I do appreciate that. Understandably so. This is an emotional experience, I think, for everyone involved.
Do you remember
All right, here we go.
what you can recall?
Do you remember if you can
Do I
recall?
remember if I can recall?
What?
Do you remember the disturbance you recall?
Huh?
Yes,
He's
I
like,
do.
Judge, what?
Would you state what that is? What that was, rather?
I heard a horn beeping, and then a Ford Escape came through the parade route, and you drove past me and wouldn't stop, and you continued driving into the parade route.
Who is you?
Darrell Brooks, the defendant, seated at the table.
Let the record reflect that I do not identify by that name, nor do I know anybody by that name.
Your objection is.
So what? That's who you are.
So, you heard a horn beeping.
Yes.
You stated that you've been in law enforcement for 25 years. That's a long time.
Really nice.
So it would be fair to say that you operate a motor vehicle pretty much every day. Would that be fair to say?
Sure.
Yes, I operate a motor vehicle almost every day.
He's like, this is ridiculous.
And would it be also fair to say that you would only beep your horn in a motor vehicle if you were trying to alert someone to your presence?
No. That's
I
the
think
only
that could be a
reason.
fair statement.
I don't think so.
Would it be also fair that you would beep your horn to avoid any danger?
Not only that.
There could be many reasons why
Yeah.
a person is beeping their horn.
Do you recall how fast the vehicle was going at the time you attempted to stop it?
I believe the vehicle was going about 3 to 5 miles an hour when I tried to stop the vehicle, and it continued on past me.
That's really
Would it
fast.
be fair to say that 3 to 5 miles an hour is not very fast?
It's fast.
I think it's
It's
very
just people in
fast
front
when
of-
you're in a parade route, when there's hundreds of people marching in the road, and a police officer is standing in front of your car, pounding on the hood, trying to get the vehicle to stop.
Anything
I'd say
above
that that's
zero is
too fast.
fast.
Any speed is too fast on a parade route when you
Yeah.
have all those people in the roadway. A car should not have been there.
Nope.
That wasn't the question, but thanks for the commentary.
That was the question. What? You asked
Do you
how...
recall saying that the operator of the vehicle you attempted to stop had short hair and a short dark beard?
I'm not sure what the context is, but I don't recall saying that the person had short hair.
The context was the question of, did you get a description of the driver of the vehicle you attempted to stop?
What?
I guess I'm not sure when you're speaking of, because was that when I saw the car or when we saw the vehicle after what witnesses said? It seems like I'm not
Vague.
sure exactly
Really
the time
vague.
period that
So
you're
are we
asking.
talking about what witnesses said or what you actually saw?
Correct, that's what I'm confused
Yeah,
about.
that's what you need to ask that.
Well, you just
Ax-
said that you recall being asked
Asked.
a description of the operator of the motor vehicle. Would that be fair to say?
Sure.
I don't understand your question.
Yeah.
I think it's very clear. You
It's not.
testified at the preliminary hearing in this matter, correct?
So I believe my testimony was at the preliminary hearing that I did not see the person's hair, if that's the specific time that you're speaking of.
I have a portion of that preliminary hearing that you testified at with your words right here.
Mr. Brooks, what page are you at?
I am at page 17.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
You were asked, could you see anybody inside the vehicle? Your answer was, at that point, I could not see the person real clearly, but as the vehicle continued pushing through me, I was paused. My position changed to the side of the vehicle where I was directly outside the driver's side window. And I could see inside of the window and I could see the driver very clearly.
Okay.
Would that be fair to say that those are your statements?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So
I think what part says short hair, short beard?
could you or could you not see the driver clearly?
At what point?
Your question is if I could see him clearly. Yes, I could see him clearly.
So why would you state that you couldn't see him clearly when asked the question?
I think you're asking about his hair.
No, I asked about his hair before. This is a different question. I asked about the,
Could you ask your question again, please?
Yeah.
you just stated that you could see the driver clearly, correct?
Correct.
But you also said that you couldn't see the driver clearly, correct?
Objection, that's a mistake.
Grounds.
Whoa.
So, Mr. Brooks, I think it comes down to a little bit of context. I'm going to sustain the objection,
That was a
and
big
then
ground.
if you would please
Yep.
rephrase. I think it comes down to at what point in time in the contact with the SUV are you referring?
Yeah.
At any time,
Oh my God.
could you see the driver?
What? They ask you to put on the record at what time, like a specific time, so he's not confused from what you're asking, and then you say at any time. That's not how it works.
Clearly? At any time during your attempt to stop the vehicle?
Yes, at any time I could see the person clearly that was driving.
The entire time you attempted to stop
At
it, you
any
can clearly
time.
see the driver of the vehicle.
That's not what you asked.
Well, at one time you asked any time, and then you asked the entire time.
Yeah. Which one is it?
Did you see if anyone else was, could you see rather?
He didn't even
if
ask
anyone
again.
else was in
He
the
gave
vehicle?
up.
I did not see anybody else in the vehicle when it passed my location.
Do you recall there being any tinted windows to the vehicle you attempted to stop?
I do not recall the passenger front or the passenger rear being tinted. I believe that the rear windows on the SUV were tinted.
So it would be fair to say you can recall every window that was tinted on the vehicle that you attempted to stop.
No, he didn't say that.
Question's been asked and answered, Your
Grounds.
Honor. His answer should
Grounds.
stand.
Hold on, Mr. Brooks. The objection is sustained. Next question. Has been answered.
Yeah, he already said which windows he saw tinted. But
Detective Casey, are you a party to this case in any way?
well, he's an
I don't
investigator.
understand the question.
He's a detective.
Are you a party to this case?
I don't understand the question.
Have you filed a claim in regards to this case?
I have not.
Have you read the complaint in this case?
I've read the complaint.
Do you recall who the complaint was brought by?
The complaint is brought by the state of Wisconsin, represented by the Waukesha County District Attorney's Office, District Attorney Sue Opper.
So the state of Wisconsin then would be the plaintiff in this matter then, correct?
That is correct, the state of Wisconsin.
Do you see the state of Wisconsin present in the courtroom right now?
Yes, I do. They are represented at the prosecution table by District Attorney Sue Opper, Deputy District Attorney Leslie Basie, and Assistant District Attorney Zach Witchow.
There you go.
You said represented.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Do you see the plaintiff?
The plaintiff is an entity. They are represented by the District Attorney's Office.
That's how it works, dude.
So the plaintiff is an entity.
Yes.
Correct.
To the best of your knowledge, is an entity a human being?
No.
An entity is an entity. It is not a human being.
Yeah.
To the best of your knowledge,
Stop grabbing your
being
mask.
in law enforcement for as long as you have, would it be fair to say that an entity, which is not a human being, living person, can bring a claim against anyone?
Yes.
I believe they.
Object, Your Honor, to the
Grounds.
relevance.
Grounds.
Hold on, let her get her
He's
objection
telling
out.
the
okay?
grounds.
I
Let
mean,
her-
I've tried to be patient, but these questions really have no bearing on this.
The objection is sustained on relevance grounds. Next question.
gonna ask the same thing.
Have you ever had any interaction with the plaintiff in
Called
this
it.
matter?
Objection irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
How long have you known the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Let her get her objection out, Mr. Brooks. It's sustained on relevance grounds.
Well, I do respect, Your Honor. I think that those are valid questions to
They're not.
the matter.
It's
Mr.
telling
Brooks,
you
they've
that
been
they're not.
sustained. Next question.
What you believe doesn't matter.
You did hear the vehicle that you attempt to stop blow numerous times. Blow its horn.
Yes, I heard the
Different thing, my
horn
guy.
going as it was approaching my position.
I want to refer you again to page 15. It is from your testimony at the preliminary hearing.
With Your Honor, that's improper because Detective Casey does not have the testimony transcript in front of him.
Yeah. It's like, what is in page 15?
The district
Grounds.
attorney is correct. This,
Yeah,
this witness
what
does
do you
not
mean
have
grounds?
the transcript in front of him.
So would that render him unable to recall what he testified to?
I don't know. You have to ask him that.
Yeah, you're referring him to that
That's what I was
page.
attempting to do, Your Honor. I apologize.
How will he know what is in page 15?
So just so I'm clear, am I allowed to read from this or no?
That's legal advice.
Mr. Brooks.
From the best of your knowledge, do you recall stating in your testimony at the preliminary hearing that it was in fact the vehicle you attempted to stop that was blaring its horn?
Objection, that's not what the
Grounds.
transcript says.
Grounds.
And it's been asked and answered.
Yeah, he already said that he
Sustained.
heard beeping. You even asked him about when is the only time that you will hear beeping.
I'd like permission to put up Exhibit 120 again, Your Honor. It's already been admitted and published. You've been asked here today several questions from Mr. Brooks about what you saw as the vehicle passed you. Is that correct?
Objection. I do not consent to being called that name, and I do not know the person that you refer to.
Objection is noted. It's overruled.
Yes.
Do you know where on the parade route the vehicle was located when this screenshot was captured?
Objection. Hearsay.
It's not hearsay.
Overruled.
He's asking if he knows.
Yes, I do.
So about how far was it from where you saw the red SUV with Mr. Brooks driving to where this photo was, where this video was taken, and this is a screenshot from that video, correct?
Objection. I do not consent to being called that name, and I do not know the individual by who you refer to.
Doesn't matter. The
Your
jury is the
objection
one
is
that
noted.
needs to
May I
know that.
answer the
Not
question?
you.
I would say that it's approximately 0.2 of a mile for me, a very short distance.
Okay.
0.2 of a
Was
mile?
the appearance virtually the same from
Let me do the math for that. I use metric, so a mile is 1.6 kilometers. So a tenth will be 160 meters. So like 320 meters. Okay.
when you saw it to when this screenshot was captured?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
Yes, it was.
Are you able to see the driver of the vehicle in this screenshot, sir?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
Oh, is that hearsay?
Yes, I am.
You told us on direct examination on Friday you were able to pound on the hood, correct?
Correct.
Were you directly in front of the vehicle at that point?
Objection. It was also, he also said in his testimony on Friday that he can identify the clothing. He specifically said what the color of the
You're
clothing
attempting
was.
to testify. That's
Yeah.
not a proper objection. As to the specific objection, it's overruled, and Attorney Opper may complete her question.
Where were you positioned when you were pounding on the hood of the SUV?
Objection.
Overruled.
Did you have to step out of the way to avoid being struck?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
It's not hearsay. What happened
The
to
vehicle
him?
came
Oh
in
my God.
contact with me. As it was pushing through me, I shuffled my feet to the side, and then I continued down the side of the vehicle where I came directly in view with the driver's side window.
Okay. So you would have been, what was the driver doing as it passed you?
Objection. Irrelevant.
As he passed you, I should say.
Overruled.
Objection. I do not consent to being called he.
He.
Initially, he was staring straight ahead, And as I was pounding on the driver's side window, he turned and looked directly at my face.
Okay. Did the driver make any effort to pull over or pull off the parade route at that spot?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
I initially chased after the vehicle, trying to get it to stop. I could see the vehicle driving until it crossed Barstow, where it first made contact with people. The vehicle sped up, and I never saw it slow down or stop until I lost view of it as it crossed Barstow Street.
Okay.
He's confused. I don't get it.
Okay, thank you, sir. Would
All
you
right.
say you got a good look at the driver?
We're gonna leave it here for this episode. We're gonna come back to that. I love that screenshot. I'm gonna put that as the. I think I'm gonna put that as the thumbnail now. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Oh, someone just subscribed at the end of the video. Thank you, Will Calloway. All right. Shout out to Will. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. If you make it this far, please like the video and tell me what name would you put on the Starbucks cup of Darrell Brooks. I'll see you guys in the next one.